Happy Sweet 16 New Year from New Revelations. This is Darlene Sheridan, and I want to talk to you about some of the things that people do in the new year. And one of those things is getting rid of toxic relationships. People who aren't good for you, you just say goodbye, fairly well. I need people who are really in my corner. I'm moving forward, and I need positive thinking people. Well, what do you do when your relationship is toxic? The person you with, your partner, is the person who is giving you the most grief. And I'm dealing again with domestic abuse. And I've given you a name for a couple called Jane and Johnny. What does Jane do with Johnny in the new year? And how would Johnny react when she's tired of his abuse? I'm going to tell you some possible things, probable things that happens when you break up with an abuser. Here are a couple of them. They promise to get into therapy, to understand themselves better if only you would stay. They would go to therapy. They text you, call you. Many of them, like Johnny, we'll just use the name Johnny, threatening to commit suicide. They start showing their nice side. They pressure other people for you to stay, especially when you attend a church. They go to the pastor, whoever it is, to convince you that you need to stay with Johnny. They insist that if you forgive them, that you need to forget and to continue on with the relationship. Another thing that happened, they begin to stalk you. This month is National Stalking Awareness Month. I'm going to bring you more information about stalking throughout the month. But one thing we know about stalking, it is terrifying. It's fearful that someone may be somewhere and you're not aware of it. There's an old song that Aretha Franklin used to sing. I'm going to knock on your door and tap on your window pane until you come back to me. That's all I'm going to do. Well, for Jane, that is not a romantic song. That is basically a stalker's move. What else does a person like Johnny do when you break up? Well, they might start ruining your reputation, telling people things that aren't true about you. Physically and sexually more abusive than before. And I want to talk to you about, and we'll talk about it in the next couple of weeks, about what to do when you really decide you want to go. You need to have a safety plan, a well thought out plan. Many people who leave their partners who are abusive find that the rest of their lives are escalated, and many times many people die after leaving an abusive spouse. So you need to be wise. A couple other things people would do when you're breaking up. Again, your reputation is trash. Um, the honeymoon stage is really blown up really big, being romantic, being very nice, doing those things that you have asked for. But you need to be wise. As I said, you need to stop in the name of love and think some things over. So this year, as last year, I want you to have healthy, safe, loving relationships. I want to talk to you more about stalking, what to do, how to protect yourself, and the helpful websites. One thing you want to do immediately, I want to tell you, is keep a journal. Keep a journal of where you see so-called Johnny, the times Johnny called, the different type of threats, because all this documentation will be needed when you make a report to the police department. The National Domestic Violence Hotline number, I want to leave it with you every time I talk to you, is 1-800-799-7233. That's 1-800-799-7233. My website is www.nurevelations, newrevelations.com. I want you to have healthy, safe, loving relationship. God has a divine design for your life, and it does not include abuse. Thank you for stopping by. Again, a very happy, sweet 16 New Year. I wish you all the best. God has great things in store. And remember, He'll never leave you, He'll never forsake you. We just need to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Until the next time, God's best to you all. Take care.